For decades, the public understanding of the atom has been dominated by a convenient fiction, a central nucleus surrounded by electrons in fixed planetary orbits. To understand the actual behavior of matter, we have to replace this rigid image with a quantum probability cloud. Niels Bohr proposed the planetary model in 1913. While it successfully introduced the idea of energy quantization to physics, it remains a mathematically incomplete representation of the atom's physical reality. Electrons do not travel on predetermined tracks. Atomic orbitals are not physical paths, nor are they literal shells of occupied space. Formally, an atomic orbital is a mathematical function, the one-electron wave function, designated as psi. This function represents a specific eigenstate, or stationary energy state, of a quantum system. This function contains complex data regarding phase and momentum. By calculating the absolute square of psi, we derive the probability density, which identifies the regions around the nucleus where an electron is most likely to be located. This shift from fixed tracks to wave functions is necessary to explain chemistry. Molecular bonding does not occur through colliding physical boundaries, but through the interference and overlap of these mathematical waves. To find these orbitals, we use the Schrödinger equation for a single electron system. The Hamiltonian operator here accounts for two primary factors: the kinetic energy of the electron and the Coulombic potential holding it to the nucleus. We focus on the hydrogen atom because exact analytical solutions to this equation are only mathematically possible when we are dealing with a single electron. Solving the equation requires a shift in perspective. We convert the electron's position from Cartesian coordinates into spherical coordinates, defined by radius and two angles. This separates the wave function into a radial component, depending on distance, and an independent angular component. The mathematical restrictions on this wave equation function like the harmonics of a vibrating drumhead. Only specific, discrete patterns can exist within these spherical boundaries without the wave interfering with itself. These patterns are the quantized energy states of the atom. They are not arbitrary rules, but the inevitable mathematical result of solving a wave equation within a spherical field. These solutions generate three spatial quantum numbers. First is the principal quantum number, n, derived from the radial component of the equation. N determines the primary energy level and the average distance of the electron from the nucleus. The second number, the Azimuthal quantum number, L, is derived from the angular component and is strictly limited by n. This number specifies the orbital angular momentum of the electron. L also dictates the three-dimensional shape of the orbital. Integer values of 0 define spherical s orbitals, while values of 1 define dumbbell-shaped p orbitals. Third is the magnetic quantum number, m sub L, which describes the projection of that angular momentum along a specific axis. While mathematical m states are complex, we use linear combinations to generate real-valued orbitals. These combinations provide essential directional orientations. For example, the three p orbitals are oriented orthogonally along the x, y, and z axes, with red and blue coloring denoting opposite phases. Together, these three quantum numbers completely define the energy state and the spatial probability distribution of a single isolated electron. To describe a complete atom, we must add a fourth quantum number, spin. Spin is an intrinsic form of angular momentum. It is a property the electron carries regardless of its spatial position or energy level. Because of spin, the Pauli exclusion principle applies. No two electrons in a single atom can occupy the exact same set of four quantum numbers. This is a consequence of the fact that electrons are fermions. In any system of identical fermions, the total wave function must be antisymmetric, meaning that swapping the positions of any two particles must flip the sign of the entire function. We represent this requirement using a Slater determinant. If two electrons share the same quantum numbers, the matrix rows become identical. Swapping them causes the determinant and the probability of that state existing to collapse to 0. Without this antisymmetry requirement, every electron in an atom would fall into the lowest possible orbital. The diverse chemical structures of the universe are only possible because electrons are forced into higher energy states. In multi-electron atoms, our exact hydrogen solutions begin to struggle. We must now account for the repulsive force between multiple electrons. The Hartree-Fock method approximates these multi-body interactions by separating them into a direct Coulomb term and an exchange term. The direct term calculates classical electrostatic repulsion between probability clouds. The purely quantum exchange term represents an energy shift arising from the Slater determinant's fermion antisymmetry. This exchange energy determines the relative stability of electron configurations. It establishes the specific order of the Aufbau filling sequence, which organizes the periodic table into its repeating blocks of 2, 6, 10, and 14 elements. The structure of matter follows a precise logical chain. Wave functions determine probability, boundary conditions generate quantum numbers, and antisymmetry dictates the filling of space. While our hydrogen solutions are approximations for larger atoms, they remain the necessary foundation for all modern chemistry. We model complex molecules by combining these atomic orbitals. As atoms approach one another, their wave functions interference, forming unified molecular orbitals that determine the strength and geometry of chemical bonds. These boundary conditions do more than describe a single atom. They provide the mathematical basis for predicting how every element in the universe will interact, bond, and form the matter we see around us.